Okay, we supposedly are live. So let me wait for the YouTube audio. All right, well, all alone, we had a very interesting discussion today, but now we're all alone. Andrew,
Yo,
hello. You usually come for a very short time until you disconnect.
mm-hmm.
What's going on with your internet?
Yeah. Wait, first, what's wrong with your mic?
My mic.
Your mic is so incoherent. Yeah, definitely.
Let me do a mic check. One, two, one, two, one, one,
You
one.
have to talk, not repeat a number.
Let me check. Let's see. Oh, there's audio issue. Like, I think it's StreamYard. Wait, but you also are having an audio issue with me? Oh, that's weird.
Uh, not, not from your stream, from our VC.
Yeah. So you're not hearing me well?
Uh,
Let me. I can debate, but I need to fix my mic. Oh, okay, I know the problem. Okay, so it's using the wrong mic. Even though it's saying it's using the right mic, it's using the wrong mic. So let me.
wait.
Let
Are
me.
you using a stereo?
What?
Stereo. A stereo.
I don't know what that is. One second. Let me go to sound settings. Right. So both is USB, but for some reason, let me refresh Discord. Tell me if it's better now. Is it better now? One, two. Oh, it's not hearing me
If
anymore.
you're using an output mic, just took it out and
Two.
reboot it. Reboot it inside.
No, no. Let me try again. One, two,
Yo,
four.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, yeah, I know. One, two, three, four, five.
I cannot hear you
That's it.
still.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna.
Damn. Mm, Gee. It wasn't necessarily the chat room. We can hire more of good. Um, well, yeah. Try to talk. Yeah, your voice is so clear.
Yeah, let me check Microsoft YouTube. One, two, five, one, three, four, two, three, four, five. Yeah,
Great.
YouTube is still no good, but YouTube usually takes a couple of minutes until the audio picks up.
Mhm.
I mean, StreamYard, there it is. The audio is starting to pick up. You gotta give it a few seconds. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, yeah, it's getting better and better. Okay. Okay, it's good. What do you want to discuss?
Existence of God.
Okay, so you want to propose that God exists?
Wait. Are you streaming?
Yeah.
So let's do something which is so spicy. Let's say, philosophy of mind. Let's
What?
debate the philosophy of mind.
Philosophy of
Philosophy of
mind?
mind.
Sure, okay. So what are
Yeah.
you proposing? What's your proposition? Is the
First, I'm asking you. What's your view on philosophy of mind?
I'm a scientist. It's a scientific proposition. The mind is
So,
the
what's
brain.
hmm?
It's a scientific proposition. The mind is the brain. It's a function of the brain.
Mind is brain. Yeah,
Mostly.
yeah, I agree. Wait. So do you agree that mind is basically a function of the brain? Functionalism.
All right, so we don't disagree, so we cannot really debate.
I'm asking, yeah. So do you agree that mind is basically a function of the brain,
Yes.
of the brain?
Yes.
All right. So we agree, which is super rare. But let's move on. Wait? So what do you think is the aspect of reality? So are you an anti-realist, idealism, or realism?
I don't know I don't speak Discord, so I don't know what you just
It's
said.
not about Discord. It's a philosophical topic and some philosophical stances. It has nothing to do with Discord as an app.
I don't know what these words mean. I never looked into the definition
All
of
right,
these
right. So
words.
I can define it. I can define it each. So basically, anti-realism says there is no true definition to a subject, and the definition is dependent upon your perspective. Like for example, if you have seen the sky as red, therefore from your perspective, sky is objectively red. But if I have seen
No,
the
no.
sky as
No.
blue,
No. No. I don't use the
who
word
is it?
object.
I'm defining it.
No, no. No, I don't
Uh,
accept I
it has
disagree.
nothing to do with moral.
No, no, I disagree.
It's not a moral.
No, no.
Right? Yeah, I disagree too.
Yeah, I disagree with any usage of the word objective. Once you use the word objective, I disagree. I never use the word objective. Objective just means outside of my knowledge. So nothing I could ever attest to is objective. I can never attest to any objective
Oh, wait. So since you don't think there's nothing which is called objective, so can I know what's your definition for the word which is objective?
I didn't say what you just said about the definition of the word objective. So objective just means outside of my mind. Like my mind
Outside of your mind?
like
Like an external.
it's mind independent. It's independent of my mind. So by definition, I can never, and neither can you by that definition. And by that definition, absolutely no one ever can have access to the knowledge of anything objective by definition. It's not a technical problem, it's a definitional problem. The way objective.
So since wait,
Mhm.
chill. Since you think it's a definitional problem, so you can change your definition to the point it's the more valid of the, like for example, you can change your own define for what's objective means to the point it become valid from your perspective,
Then it's just
which is point for
scientific.
me. Yeah, but you can be not contradicting with science.
Look, objective. So objective, you can aim towards objective, but that's just scientific. So
Objective
scientific,
means fact. Objective means fact. It's the equivalent word
it's
for
fine.
fact.
You could say it's equivalent to many things. I would say it's equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
The only practical, the closest you can get practically to objective is scientific. I mean,
But at the same time, you can have an axiomatic. I think I kind of disagree. At the same time, I agree. I'm just like having a different point of view or a kind of a different aspect. I think you can have, like, for example, using an axiomatic as an objective. You can understand an axiomatic. Axiomatic is basically a self-evidential fact.
no,
So if you disagree,
no,
hmm?
no. Axiomatic just means a lie. That's all it means. It's a lie.
A lie?
Yeah, lie.
Prove it. Prove it.
No, it's a definition. Axiomatic means let's
Prove it.
assume.
Yeah. I'm asking you to prove your definition. Like, for example, if I'm saying I think good, the definition of good is having a bad action. Obviously I'm contradicting, but when I'm asking, or when you ask me what if I'm contradicting or not, I'm just saying no. I believe I'm totally correct and I'm totally valid when I'm at the same time contradicting with my own self.
Axiom just means an assumption. It means
Can you
something
prove
that
it? Can
what?
you prove it? Can you prove axiomatics means assumptions? Can you prove it? Because you're contradicting with Oxford.
What do you mean?
and tons of philosophers. I mean, can you prove you have made a claim, which is, I think, the axiomatics means an assumption. So can you prove that axiomatics truly means assumption?
I wouldn't use the word prove. We're talking about definition. So,
Yeah, but you would have to prove your hypothesis. Like, for example, if I believe in, let's say, if I
Andrew,
believe that car is,
Andrew, you're talking a lot. I'm barely able to insert a word, and you keep monologuing. So you're inviting a lot of misunderstandings if you're not gonna let me talk. Do you
but
understand?
if you're incoherent, why should I let you talk? If you're already incoherent, like what's the point if you're speaking a Japanese when I can't understand Japanese? So what is the point of arguing while you're using Japanese as your language? There's no point.
So why are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you since you're a coherent and logical person, logical AI. So I'm talking to you so we can find or seek the truth.
But you're not letting me talk. You're talking
Uh,
to me. You don't let me answer. Every time I say one word, you go back to monologuing. How are we going to make any progress? You're not letting me complete a thought. No? Are you there? Are you disconnected again? Oh my God. Discussions with Andrew.
nope, 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 nope. I'm just waiting for a response,
What do you mean?
at least a refutation.
What?
I want a refutation. I want you to refute to my original argument, which I'm
No,
discussing why I
we're
think.
we're just hold on. Look, at this point, we are having a semantic discussion. A semantic discussion. It's not. We're, right. So a semantic discussion is just a discussion about the words. Right. We in a debate, you want to discuss reality. You don't want to discuss the definitions. You want to agree on
No, but
definition. Hold on.
we disagree
Hold,
with the
hold,
definition.
hold. Okay, let me talk. Let me insert a few words. Give me a second. So I believe that in a debate we want to discuss the truth. We want to get to the truth. We want to talk about reality, whatever that means. And in order to talk, we need a language. And we need words for that. And we need to agree on the words in order to share ideas, in order to learn from each other. So we're not. It doesn't make any sense to debate about definitions. The purpose of the definition is as a tool to share feelings, emotions, thoughts, views, is to share. And then we
No,
can.
no, it's just
Hmm?
it's called an argument where you share your ideologies and your essential ideas inside an grammatical structure, which is called an argument. But dialect or dialectical is basically two people with different opinion arguing whose opinion is true, or at least seeking the truth on the topic which you are discussing.
Wait, you're asking Judas to judge you versus
Yeah,
Mr. Slave?
at least you can like
No.
hear what you're saying.
You
At
have
least.
to no, you have to ask me if I agree to such
Why?
I usually don't want anyone to get.
Such as what?
I'm not interested in anyone between me and you. I
He
want
can
me.
just he can give a verdict. He can just give a verdict. Thank him. Yup. So Judas,
No,
can you go
I'm
and give us a verdict?
not interested.
Why are you
Not
scary?
interested.
Like, no offense. I'm not trying to offend you, but are you scary or something? So what's your point? What's your reason? Why do you like why you're running from a verdict,
Not.
which is nonsense.
I didn't agree to accept the verdict when that this is a violation.
But when you make it's a violation of what?
It's a violation
Violation of what?
of our agreement. I never agreed.
But we didn't make an agreement, therefore, us doing a violation would be violation appealing to a non existence. Therefore, you would be making a fallacy, therefore, your own claim and your hypothesis and your thesis, which is basically a supportive claim to your own premise, would be fallacious.
Andrew, stop with the therefore,
Wow,
therefore. Take a
wow. I can use as thus if it's like decent for you. I can use thus. It's basically means therefore.
no. I mean, stop with long monologues. Like,
What do you mean by monologues? Wait. So you're
stop,
violating the law of
stop,
coefficient reasoning.
stop,
Wait, you
stop,
violated the law of coefficient reasoning, therefore you
stop,
have conceded.
stop. So you can ask, what do you mean by X? You put a question mark on that, then you
X is
wait,
basically a symbol which is
wait,
represented by a
wait,
higher.
wait. Andrew, 1 second. Look, the way I like having discussions is you ask a question and you wait for me to answer. And then you have another question, you can stop me and ask another question, clarification. You can't ask a question and then continue. And now you're building like maybe two questions and more. It's going to be difficult to have a conversation. So ask it one question. Let me try and answer. We can go from there. But stop that. Try to understand that you're monologuing, and that's not efficient for me because you end up
You're
misunderstanding me.
monologuing too. You've been talking for a whole 2 minutes on nothing. You're talking on nothing. You're not even discussing the subject which we came on to be talking about,
No, before
which
we
is
can.
called basically yabbing. You're basically yabbing.
Okay, look, you don't have to talk to me. I'm like, if you want to be nice, I'm willing to be nice. If you're going to attack me, I'm not gonna. I'm not
I'm not
interested.
attacking you. I'm calling the way you're talking as a yabbing, and yabbing doesn't really offend you. It's just a type of discussion or type
I'm
of
not.
conversation.
I'm not interested. I'm not going to be present in a discussion where I am, dishonored. Like I'm honoring you. I'm treating you very, very cordially. It's the
Yeah,
minimum we
sorry.
do. Like we live in a civilization. We are men of culture. We speak to each other in the utmost respect. If you break that rule, then it's no longer fun. Like I come here, like we are the intelligentsia of this universe. We are the best that this universe has to offer. So the least we can do is, respect.
No,
Respect
you can just yeah, sorry. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just saying the first most important thing is respect each other. Like take a breather between sentences.
So
Allow. See, every time I hear the least bit of noise coming out of anywhere, I instantaneously stop and allow anyone to
mm,
interject. That I would expect that from everyone I'm talking to
yeah.
because I'm interested. I'm interested in you understanding me. I'm honestly interested in me understanding you. So if you want to stop me, I instantaneously stop always. Any noise, I instant stop.
Can you give me a reason why shouldn't I or why should I keep you talking if you're being incoherent? Can you give me a reason?
Well, what do you mean? I don't understand the question. If
I can simplify it. You said you don't understand it, so I can go ahead and simplify it. I mean,
no,
if you're incoherent, if you're
no,
being incoherent,
no,
what do you
no,
mean by no?
no, I didn't mean for you. I didn't mean for you to.
No.
I didn't mean for you to talk. I
You
meant.
asked me what you mean. No, you said what you mean. You're
I didn't mean.
straightforward. Ask me
I didn't.
what you mean.
I
So I'm
didn't.
going to answer what I mean.
I didn't mean for you to talk. You said, "Do you want me to repeat?" No, I want to explain.
You said
I didn't ask you a question. I said, I don't understand what you mean. Or if I said, what do you mean? It's a beginning, it's an intro. Let me try and explain.
according to English. Yeah, but according to English, what you mean is basically a response for my argumentation or a response for my talk.
Again, okay, look, I don't know. I don't want to waste my time. So it's up to you. If you want to continue not letting me speak and continue to complain, you don't understand, and every time I'm trying to explain, you're not letting me speak. So I'm not gonna stay. I'm not gonna waste my time. So it's up to you. You gotta let me speak. You gotta stop
You,
the monologues. It's up to you. What do you? I'm gonna do it
but
again.
you speak in monologue too, so you're judging you. So you're basically judging me or judging the way I'm speaking, but at the same time, you're not judging yourself, which is basically a sin.
Look, don't stay.
So you're a sinner,
Okay,
unjudgmental.
Andrew. Again, I said the minimum is decorum. That's the minimum. You're not gonna be cordial. I'm not interested. We gotta be very nice to each other. You gotta pretend like we are honorable gentlemen in an honorable club for gentlemen. Oh, he disconnected. Judas, what's up? You want to talk
Yeah.
you want to talk?
Yeah, we can talk if you want, yeah.
Sure. So what's up?
What was going on there?
You heard everything. It's not like you missed anything. So
I came in late though.
it doesn't matter. You heard everything. I mean, you heard everything there is to hear. I don't know. So what's on your mind? Forget about somebody else. What's on your mind?
Oh, I was well, before he pinged me, I
Mhm.
was just reading, so
What are you reading? Do you want to go? So I mean, I was gonna make. I mean, this stream right now. The name of it is "Let's go over the expected results of the Michelson-Morley experiment." Do you understand what I'm trying to accomplish?
let me see the stream.
Wait, I didn't start. It's just the name. I think
Oh,
people. Yeah,
okay.
it's just the
Yeah, I
name.
don't understand the experiment now.
Oh, so maybe we should discuss it. This is very important. Let me paste it. I don't want to paste things in the new YouTube videos and in the general. I think it makes the server noisy. I don't know. I don't know who gets like notifications. So I don't want to.
By the way, why did Andrew send me a friend request?
You can ask him. It's up to. I didn't agree to this to your joining our discussion. He wanted you to join as a mediator. I don't discuss with mediators. I discuss directly with individuals. So I'm not party to your invitation. You're welcome. I would always invite you to join a discussion, but not as a mediator. I don't have mediators.
So, Mr. Slave,
Mm-hmm.
I would be so political and so, like, so decent, but I would only talk to you if and only if Judas is going to judge.
Then then the answer is no. I'm not interested.
Right? Yeah, but we can still talk, like, have a normal conversation without any heat,
Be, without any heat.
hate. Yeah,
Hate? You think I have hate?
heat,
No,
heat. Not,
he's
it's
asking
heat.
to turn the temperature down, the aggression, I guess, and
My
just have
Yeah,
a
my
basically a
you
pressure.
think I'm being aggressive?
Yeah,
it doesn't
and
matter who's
judgmental.
being doesn't mean matter who's being aggressive, but in principle, it sounds like a good starting point. Both sides, back and forth, fair, cordial
You're
conversation.
being judgmental.
That's okay, Andrew. So my rule is I try to never say the word you to my debate partner. Certainly not you.
Oh, all right, X.
Listen, certainly I would never say you and then something negative. If I sometimes do it, like very seldom, it's not a good idea. So in general, I
All right,
don't say anything.
X. All right, X is a debater who is so judgmental and saying I talk in huge monologues while it's not even a problem talking huge monologues, sometimes these huge monologues hold all the values and all the objectivities and all the, let's say, and all the scientific evidence which you need.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with monologuing. I mean, obviously, I monologue for hours when I stream my research. I don't have a problem with monologuing. I have a problem when you ask me a question and I like in a discussion I am trying to be understood and I feel like I'm not given a chance to be understood. But I keep being demanded to be understood, but I'm not given a chance. So it's like I don't know what to do at that point. So then I say, okay, you're monologuing. Like I don't know what you want you to do. I'm not. I mean, you're welcome to monologue, but if your monologue is you don't understand me, then I'm not following. That's
It
all.
sounds like you just both need a fresh start, so you can start from scratch again and debate whatever you were debating. Seems like you both on the same, started from the same ground, but you both wanted
No, no,
respectful debate, so
I
just
dis-
have the discussion.
no, I disagree. I disagree. I mean, the first step, the first thing. I mean, we've gotten very far. Like I asked to be respected. I asked for this discussion to be respectable. Just as Andrew got disconnected, so I offered we should pretend that we are in a very
I'm
honorable
not disconnected. I'm not disconnected. I'm just being in silence.
being what?
Being in silence.
No, you were disconnected. You dropped off.
I'm not disconnecting whatsoever. I'm a VC. I'm just muted.
No, but you left the room. You left the VC.
I rejoined. Yeah, yeah. Then I rejoined.
Yeah, but I said as you were disconnected, as you left the room. There you go. He gets disconnected. Anyway, what's on your mind, Judas? What's going on?
Um, yeah, you know, Cosmic Skeptic.
Yes.
Yeah, he was debating this guy on morality, whether it's real, like objective or not, and the other guy was bringing up, you know, this view called objectivism. So I was just reading that. But I agree with Alex O'Connor that it's not scientific. It's not. You can't see objective morality and stuff like that. So
It's
yeah, that
even
was what I
worse,
was.
but it's not like y- it's not scientific. It's by definition anti-scientific. 'Cause science is about perception and objectivism is about imperception. That's the very definition is that it's imperceptible. So it's very definitionally unscientific or anti-scientific, whichever it's both. So it's definitionally, it's intended by its definition to be unscientific. That's the intention in the definition. That's what the word objective comes to say. It means something. It has a very clear meaning, and that meaning is the that part of whatever that is unscientific. That's so it's That's why my proposition 90 immediately halts the discussion once it's unscientific. Once it's an objective discussion, that's it. That's the end. As far as I'm concerned, that's where I end a discussion.
Uh, yeah, it definitely has a lot of merit. What you do with has to be science. Some people though who disagree like about objective morality, they may try to use evolution to get to objective morality. They may try to say that we've evolved to have this sort of morality, which I don't think that survives very well because evolution doesn't necessarily cause you to evolve to see the truth. It just evolves to best select for fitness, and that you don't have to see the truth for how things actually are to survive. So
You don't my proposition 90 saves me a lot of time because as soon as someone brings up the word objective, or implies objective something, immediately I have to halt the discussion because that's the end. As far as I'm concerned, either they retract this notion or I have to halt the discussion. There's nothing I can do with objective anything. I cannot relate to it, neither can my debate partner. So they're lying. Whatever they're saying about anything objective is a lie by definition. It's an admitted lie by definition. So the discussion is halted. I the discussion cannot continue at that point. Anyway, do you understand what I'm saying?
Service.
What? Were you muted? You want to discuss the Michelson-Morley experiment and possibly
Yeah.
predicting it? Okay. So,
Yeah, I didn't know I was muted stuff.
oh, okay. So, can you tell me? Let's start from the beginning, from the Beningin. Do you know the meme of in the Beningin?
No,
Wait, what? You've never seen the Indo Beningin meme?
no.
Oh my God. And you claim Jesus is on your side and you've never seen the Indo Beningin meme? I mean, that's obvious
Yep.
evidence. Yeah, there's an issue between you and Jesus. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
wow.
Anyway, no, Indo Beningin is one of the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so funny. But we'll come back to it some other time. I guess I need to refrain from saying Indo Beningin then. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So, can you explain to me why an apple falls towards the earth? Why would it do?
Because
Yeah, go ahead.
gravity pulls it down.
But how? There's no string. How does gravity do that?
Well, if it's like a net, you look at gravity like a net. The weight or mass of the apple
Wait.
causes it to plunge down.
Wait. So, so scientifically speaking, I want you to come up with a sign according to Proposition 90. So we've noticed a phenomenon that apples fall towards the ground. And we've never been able to understand it. At least I haven't. So now I'm asking you, can you please come up with a scientific theory? Scientific theory means a mechanical contraption that explains this phenomenon. Can you do that?
You asked me to like make a prediction if I drop an apple.
Before they're making the prediction, first I need an explanation that is a mechanical contraption. So I'll give you a laboratory. In the laboratory, there's going to be a tree and an apple on it. Then you're going to cut the apple, cut this part that holds the apple, and the apple is going to fall to the ground. But this lab is going to be in orbit. So there is no gravity. How would you do that? Where there is no gravity, how would you simulate gravity using a mechanical contraption? And you're confined to present your theory, your mechanical contraption, only within the laboratory. You cannot do anything outside of the laboratory. And given the laboratory is going to be floating in outer space. No gravity. So that apple on the tree, when you cut it, it's not going to fall by itself. It's going to float, like you see in the ISS and when people are in space, in orbit. So it's not going to fall. So you need to build a mechanical contraption to make the apple fall. How would you do that? Within the laboratory.
Well, you can assume inertia. I don't know. I really don't know.
No one
I
knows.
was gonna say assume inertia, like something doesn't move unless it's got something acting upon it. But
Right.
when you have an apple, you hold it in the air. It's only suspended because there is a force acting upon it. So if you let go, now there's no force, so it's gonna fall. I don't know.
Hold on. You're in
That
out.
was very dumb.
Seen people in outer space, like they're floating and nothing falls towards any direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine in you know what the ISS is? It's the International Space Station. That's where it's like a big thing that floats in orbit around Earth, and people play with zero gravity inside this flying laboratory. So in that laboratory, I'm gonna put a tree and an apple, and I'm gonna cut that thingy that holds the apple attached to the tree. The apple is going to float because everything in the ISS floats. And I want you to build some mechanical contraption, something mechanical needs to cause the apple to fall towards the ground. Can you do that?
No. Literally no.
Hold on, I need to take care of a message. Look, no one knows. Literally, no one knows. No one has ever come up with an explanation, basically, except for me and maybe some other people. But I think I'm the first one to actually suggest a mechanical explanation. So, okay, I'll give you a suggestion. I'll help you. So, why don't you just put like a water shower head above the tree, and a jet of water is going to come out from the shower head, and the water is going to be forced down by the jet. So it's going to be like you're going to use water pressure pump to pump the water quickly in the direction of the ground, so that when the water hits the apple will accelerate because drops of water are going to hit it. Each droplet of water, when it hits the apple, it's going to cause the apple to accelerate a little bit towards the ground, thereby simulating gravity. Would you agree or disagree?
What? Yeah, it did. Sounds okay. Yeah.
Good.
So there's a force. There's an outside force acting on the apple, causing it to move down. Yeah.
Exactly. And that force is, so there is a rain. There's always something raining on us and through us. This rain that we cannot feel or sense or touch, that is gravity. I mean, that is the effect of that rain, that bombarding, endless rain. That is what we feel as gravity. It's an invisible rain that rains through us. And it's not just a rain, it's a waterfall. It's not just a waterfall, it's oceans and oceans and oceans and oceans that keep falling on everything and through everything. And that's how everything falls down, because there is a stream, an endless stream of something, some invisible liquid flowing fast towards the earth, towards the center of the earth. What do you think?
Yeah. It sounds like it has good explanation power
Yeah.
to explain all instances of gravity. Yeah.
Okay. But then the question is, why can't you feel it? Right? Where is that water? I don't see it. We don't see it. Where is it? Fine. It's a good.
Maybe it's so subtle. Yeah.
What?
Maybe it's too subtle to be noteworthy.
But
I don't know. Yeah.
what do you mean? It's gravity. I mean, this thing is also pulling the moon towards the earth. Right?
Yeah, but doesn't gravity act in different ways based on how much mass the object it's working on has?
Sure. But like, how could it be that we fly in space in free motion, like we're free flowing in space? There's like on Earth, we have to deal with air resistance. In space, There's no air resistance. There's nothing. There's like a vacuum.
Yeah.
So how could it be that there's both a vacuum and this incredible waterfall? What waterfall? I mean, we look into the skies, we see endless black. It's all black. It's pitch black. There's nothing there. So what's going on?
According to your eyes.
What?
According to your eyes, yeah. But that doesn't necessarily mean there isn't anything there.
But
I don't
fine,
know.
good point. But it's not just the eyes. I'm holding my hand out. I don't feel any rain. When people are in the ISS, there's nothing there. How can we say that the explanation for gravity is this incredible fluid? It's like an ocean of fluid that the universe is suspended. This endless, huge universe. It's all just a huge water tank. It's a liquid tank. How could that be? And this tank it's always flowing into objects that seem to have mass, and it never ends, and they never get heavy. So this liquid flows into objects. It doesn't make them heavier. It crashes into every particle that has mass, but this particle never gets heavier, and this water never ends. What's going on? That's like really weird. What do you think?
Well, so the Earth is expected to have a higher gravitational pressure than outside in space, because gravity acts differently on objects with lower mass than it does on higher mass. Outside space is so big and vast that gravity, it cannot distribute all its power on the entire vastness of space. But Earth is like so condensed that it's able to work with more power on. That's why we're all grounded on the Earth, and when we go into space, it doesn't work like that.
What do you mean? Look, I'm suggesting that anytime you have two objects in the universe that seem to attract each other, it's because one is dragging this liquid into itself, and the other object is caught in this rush of fluid, and it gets dragged into the other. So if you want to watch my stream, you can watch it on YouTube or in the whiteboard. So I have an object, let's say a big object, and then we'll have a small object, like the moon. So how would the moon be? How could the Earth attract the moon? Well, so the Earth is always attracting this fluid. So the Earth and the moon are suspended in this endless fluid. So this fluid is all around us. The Earth is sucking in. It's like a pump. It's always sucking in this fluid in huge amounts. Are you seeing my stream?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's in sync, but yeah, I'm seeing the stream.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit, always a little bit out of sync. So there's this fluid flowing in really fast. It gets swallowed up by the Earth. I don't know where it goes. It seems to just disappear as soon as it touches the particles that Earth is made of. As soon as it touches these particles, it just disappears. It collapses. And therefore, a vacuum is created inside Earth, basically, and it pulls in more and more of this fluid endlessly for forever, for all eternity. And it doesn't look like this is ever going to end, but Earth is never getting fat. It's like Earth keeps drinking, but it never gets fat. It never gains mass. It just keeps drinking this liquid. And the moon is just caught in this stream. So the stream flows all around the moon, but also through the moon, because this stream it's like a different type of stream. it flows through the moon. And that's what's dragging the moon into the earth. The moon actually always wants to fall into the earth because the stream flows through it and pulls it like a string. You could imagine it does the same job. And the fact that the moon doesn't fall into the earth is because the moon is simultaneously moving tangentially to the earth. So it ends up in an orbit. The moon ends up in an orbit as if there was a string, attached. There might as well be a string attached. What do you think thus far?
Let me just make sure I understand. So,
Okay.
this stream, using that as a description of gravity, it's sort of pulling in the moon.
Yes. It
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
but I'm not. But I'm not seeing why it seems like it's suspended in the air and
Seems
it's
like
not moving.
it's not suspended. The moon is always moving around. It's orbiting Earth. This
Yeah,
is, so the moon,
but it's so far away that it seems that it's static.
I guess, yeah, but and the Earth rotates about itself every 24 hours once. And the moon, we know it moves a little bit. Like every 30 days it rotates once about Earth. So every 30 days, every 30 rotations of this is one day. So every 30 days the moon comes back to basically the same position. But the moon is flying tangentially to Earth, like in a circle around Earth. So it's like the person, very similar to a person holding a string, and here there is like a pebble, and the person is rotating about themselves, and this string is kept taut. Like the string wants to rip. The string wants to rip because of the tension in the string. But the string is kept in orbit around the person through the string. But the pebble is moving at any point, it's moving tangentially to this circle. And this string pulls in, it applies a force to the string. It pulls the pebble towards the person. It's a very,
So once that, like, you have to go over this again, but
Mm.
would you say there's like some sort of resistance going on as well?
no.
Okay, you have to go over it again. I'm not following.
Would you? Okay, but do you want to ask me more questions? Because I can go again, but if you ask questions, I mean, it's up to you. It's whatever you want. I can repeat everything. I can start over. I'll start over.
Okay, my bad.
No, I'm telling you, even Einstein. My whole point is that the greatest genius to have ever lived on this planet, Mr. Einstein himself, he never understood this. He admits he never understood this, and no one has ever tried to fix him because no one has ever understood this. They never even thought twice about correcting him. He said, "I never
Yeah.
understood it," and they just repeat what he says. They claim he did understand it. He says, "No, I never understood it." There's quotes. He says, "I never understood it."
Billie Eilish and Mr. Incredible are now in the server.
Who is Billie Eilish? Oh, Lily. Hi, Lily.
Hi.
What's up?
Yo, what's
How are
up,
you?
Slave?
What's up,
Ah.
Jensen?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up? Anyway, I'm explaining my new theory. It's really very interesting. So the question is,
Mhm.
can tell me why an apple falls from the tree? Why does an apple fall from the tree? Why does that happen? Can you tell me, Jensen? Why does an apple fall from the tree?
I don't know, gravity probably.
But right, so the question is, as posed by Sir Isaac Newton himself. So Newton said, there's no string attached between Earth and the moon, or between Earth and the apple. So how does the apple fall towards the Earth with no string? There's nothing pulling. So how
Yeah,
could that be?
it's like
It's like
gravity,
magic.
right?
What?
It's like gravity, no?
Mhm.
No, I mean, gravity doesn't make any sense. The word gravity is senseless. Like,
Mhm.
Lily, what do you think?
E
Um,
equals MC squared.
Gravity. The apple's, probably too heavy for the tree branch.
But why does the apple rush towards the ground when
Gravity.
string pulling the apple towards the ground? What's the answer?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you don't know, but you know how to draw a rectangle.
I'm not drawing a rectangle.
No,
I thought
No,
that's
I'm
you.
trying to erase my
Jensen.
mistake.
Jensen is always
I
trying.
I
think
made a
that's the
mistake.
eraser. I think
No,
Jensen's
these are
trying
the
to erase.
erasers because the
Jensen
X
is
is
trying to help us
red.
understand gravity. Jensen is very helpful. I don't know what we do without Jensen and his.
Here, hold on. Wait, let me try to help Jensen erase that. Give me a second. Uh, Let me try to help Jensen erase that.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Let me try to help Jensen.
Okay, guys. So the question is, why does an apple accelerate towards the Earth when there's no string attached?
Gravity's acting on the apple, like rain acts
How?
on
Oh, like
a
rain.
house.
Mm.
What do you mean, like
Oh,
rain?
so that's your drawing of gravity. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. Is this the apple?
No, we don't have an apple in this drawing. There is a moon. Here's the moon. We explained why the moon is. Oh. Jensen,
Mm,
stop. Oh my God, Jensen, you
Hold on. Let me try to erase it. I'm trying to pull up the eraser.
what is going on? Okay, guys, come on, don't waste my time. I'm a world-class researcher. I will not I will not be dishonored. Anyway, what's the
Hold
answer?
Hold on. I'm trying to pull up the eraser.
Okay, Lily, do you
So
know
much,
this thing in
so much negativity in this room is unreal.
what?
I'm not sure of the answer.
You're not sure the answer?
I gave the answer. Gravity acts on the apple, and analogously to how rain acts on a house, and it causes the apple to plummet down in the same direction as the gravity acts on the apple.
Okay, I'm too
Yeah.
busy trying
Bro,
to delete everything.
not even funny.
Oh my God, these guys. Okay. All right, look, okay,
So
we're
these are
wasting time.
stars representing the universe. This is like the secret of the universe. It's
We're
like
wasting
space.
time. I cannot afford to waste time. I need to do research. Come on, stop.
He's
No,
trying
this isn't
to
wasting
trying to adapt Freudian's theory of the phallus.
Mhm. Here, I'm gonna do research right here. So this is gonna be the tree. Okay.
Okay.
This is gonna
Who's laughing? But
be
Oh,
the apple, and the apple's gonna fall from the tree.
yeah. It's...
da, 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 da,
Okay, guys, it's getting boring. Look, it's getting boring. I cannot not accept this bullshit.
Sorry, my thing is glitched.
Look, I
dude. I'm trying
promise
to
myself that this
nothing.
server will not become like other servers, that you cannot have a normal
I
conversation.
think it's a glitch. I think his Discord's glitching.
Mr.
Yeah.
Slave, did you like my addition to the server?
Here, wait.
Adding
I'm gonna
forums.
try to use the eraser tool to get rid of his glitch.
So it's basically what you're saying, what you guys are
Here, I'm trying to use the eraser.
So it's basically
Mr.
impossible to have a normal conversation on Discord.
I'm trying to use the
It's
eraser
gotta be a
tool.
rule that all
Not
conversations
working.
must be ruined on Discord. Like Discord must become just another useless platform. That's the rule of the universe.
That's because it's full of
Hmm.
children.
Oh shit,
Wait,
dude.
Lily, are
that
you a
is-
little
that makes
child?
sense.
No.
Well, then why are you making a mess?
And stop acting
I'm
like
trying to
one.
use the eraser tool, but it's not erasing.
Yeah, it's not erasing. I know it's a problem. Okay,
Let me try to use my other eraser.
okay, you guys can keep playing. Now we're gonna try and have a mature conversation. So why does
Mm.
Apple? All right, me and Judas, we're gonna have a conversation. Judas, so explain to me why an apple falls towards the ground.
Because gravity is like a force
Um,
acting upon the apple, causing it to plummet to the ground.
Okay, how do you turn off? Oh, you just exit. Okay, I just exited the whiteboard so I don't get distracted. Yes,
How do I get out of the whiteboard? It's
you just
distracting.
exit. You just exit, and it exits from the whiteboard. The second exit is from the room, so don't exit from.
I'm on my iPhone, but I'll figure it out. Go ahead, bro.
You can stay. It's okay. But I don't want to get distracted. So, yeah, go ahead. So why does the apple accelerate towards the ground? Explain to me that.
Yeah, I said quite a lot of times. Gravity, like a force, it's acting on the apple. Basically, simple version.
What is gravity? What is it? If you had to
It's
build
it's
a
it's
contraption,
a force.
okay,
It's a force, but you can use analogies such as rain.
no
Rain.
analogy, no analogy, no analogy. Just what is look. So if I asked you to build on the ISS in a laboratory condition, I have a tree, I have the ground, I have an apple attached to the tree. I'm going to cut the connection of the apple and sever the apple tree connection, and I want the apple to accelerate towards the ground. What would you do in order to accomplish this?
You would use a force, and you would make it contact the apple and
I
send
would
it.
use a chainsaw.
Yeah.
You just use a force,
What do you mean?
something which has force.
What do you mean force?
Force is just you can hit the apple and cause it to come down. Because it's going to be suspended without you hitting it, so you have to make contact with it in order for it to come down.
Wait, I wasn't listening. What would you do? Okay, you're in a laboratory.
Oh my God.
What?
No, you weren't listening.
You're in a laboratory in outer space. There's no gravity. There's a laboratory. There's ground. There is a tree. There is an apple connected to the tree. If we sever the connection apple tree, the apple floats in midair. I
Okay.
want you to somehow cause the apple to fall towards the ground. No strings attached allowed. What would you do?
Hit the apple.
You're not allowed to. We're trying to think of something as similar as possible to gravity.
Okay, use like a water jet.
Okay.
Yeah, I use a water jet and hit the on switch, and now the water jet is shooting at the apple, and now the apple has no choice but to come down.
Okay. What if I have a ball and we're going to simulate the Earth? And let's have just an asteroid suspended at a distance from the Earth. Let's put a bunch of asteroids. Let me go back. Okay, Jensen is still probably drawing, so we can't use the whiteboard. So let's assume that we're going to have a lab. In the lab, we're going to put a ball at the center on a stick. So the Earth is at the center and it's immobile. And we're going to place a few asteroids around the Earth, like a few pebbles around the Earth. And I want you, so again, if we run the experiment without your input, then these asteroids, these pebbles, are going to just float around the Earth. They're not going to move because we're in outer space and nothing moves unless acted upon. Now, I want you to create some simulation that will cause all these pebbles to start accelerate towards the Earth. What would you do to simulate?
You can probably use a fan, get a fan, and now the fans, you switch it on, and now it's shooting really fast. The propellers are shooting really fast, acting on the apple. You
But
can imagine the apple.
no, there's no apple. There is an Earth. There's like a basketball at the center of the lab, and it's attached to a stick. It's on a stick. It's a basketball on a stick. 1 second, let me just get this message.
Tilly tilly boom. Da, 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 da.
So there's an apple at the center of the lab on a stick. So the the ball, the basketball. So the basketball is not going anywhere. Good, he left. So we can use the whiteboard again.
Where do all of these people come from? Scary. Oh,
What's going on?
what
What
is
is that?
this? Yeah, what is? I thought that was your hand. What the heck?
Oh,
How you need to
yeah, I just created
remove
a
the
new.
next?
I just created a new thing. Okay. So simulate gravity.
It ruined everything.
Okay. Let me just
I can't find the new one you're making. Simulate gravity. Is that the one you want?
yeah. Yeah, we're doing the one that says simulate gravity, yeah. Okay. So I'll pose to you the question and you try to fill in the answer. So the question is, so we have 1 second. Good. So we have a little laboratory. It's a box. It's a box-shaped laboratory. In it, we're going to attach a stick and a ball. This is going to be the Earth. It's a basketball. And I'm going to put floating in the middle of the container that represents the Earth and the surroundings. I'm going to put a bunch of pebbles floating because I'm in outer space. So there's no gravity. They're not going anywhere. You know what? Let's remove the stick. Why have a stick? The stick, we don't need a stick. So let's just create the Earth. That's a basketball floating in the middle of the room, the laboratory, and a bunch of pebbles or tennis balls or golf balls, whatever. Yeah, tennis balls. Now I want you to simulate gravity, meaning as soon as we turn on your gravity, I want each and every one of these to rush, to start accelerating towards the center of the basketball. They're all gonna accelerate at the same rate.
Yeah, why can't you just use a fan and that simulates the gravity?
What do you mean fan? Put the fan anywhere.
You know, a fan you use to cool off.
Put it wherever you want. I don't know what you mean. So just draw the
You
fan.
put it anywhere behind each of the tennis balls. Okay, I'd have to draw this.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you're saying behind each ball, put a fan, like put a fan here that's gonna
Yeah.
blow air towards this ball.
Yeah.
But when the ball starts moving away, it's going to be less and less influenced by the fan. So in the beginning, it's going to accelerate fast, and then it's going to accelerate less and less as it moves away from the fan.
Okay.
So would you suggest to follow the like? So you would say, okay. So what would you say? Right, that's a problem because we know gravity. It accelerates a little bit when it's far and accelerates a lot when it's close. Like over here, far from the Earth, gravity is very low. At infinity,
Yeah.
gravity is zero. There is no gravity at infinity.
Uh, mm,
So,
uh,
so
okay.
the acceleration due to gravity as the distance goes to infinity is equal to zero.
Well, yeah, it kind of depends, I guess.
As far as we know. As far as we know, that is the honest to goodness truth. So how would you simulate that? I want the acceleration due to gravity to be zero at infinity. And
Aren't you assuming that the gravity is coming infinitely away? The
we know
source is that far away.
we know Newtonian gravity. So Newton said the force of gravity between two objects weighing m and m is you just multiply by some constant g and you divide by the distance. He calls the distance radius, but we can call it d squared, the distance between them squared. That's the force that each and one of these objects, m1, m2, or m big M small m, this is m1 and this is m2. So the force that they each feel is this one. It depends on the distance squared. So at infinity, when d goes to infinity, you're dividing by infinity. So this is zero. So the attraction is zero at infinity. We're assuming Newton is right. Newton came up with this equation based on Kepler. Kepler based his stuff on Brahe, on his teacher Brahe, Tycho Brahe, and Tycho Brahe just observed the planets and just wrote down their locations every night for years and years and years. So based on observation, this is based on this equation from Newton is based on observation. There's no theory behind it. That's just a shorthand of the data. That's given. That is what we know about the universe. That's observed. That's Tycho Brahe years and years. And obviously since then we've confirmed this again and again. I'm assuming that everyone who testifies to have confirmed it positively is not lying. Because you never know. But let's assume everyone who confirmed Newton is not lying and they didn't do a bad job, they did a good job. As far as we know, this is the law of gravitational attraction by Newton, based on Kepler, based on Tycho Brahe. So totally based on observation. So now I need you to come up with a mechanical contraption that simulates this behavior.
Uh, mm, maybe the gravity is in the objects themselves, and the tennis ball around the bigger ball. I'm not sure what the bigger ball is representing.
What-
The tennis balls are acting like a magnet, so it's being pulled in like a magnet.
A magnet is the same problem. That is literally begging the question. You're saying, not only do I not understand gravity, let me tell you about magnetism. I also don't understand that. How does that work at a distance with no strings attached? So you're just begging the question. You're telling me not only that, but also that. So you're on my side. I'm giving you the easiest job. I'm telling you, okay, we'll get to magnetism. Let's start with gravity. Let's get what seems to be the proverbial low hanging fruits. Gravity seems
Yeah.
the least complicated to explain. I barely know anything about what is magnetism, so let's forget about that for now. But it's going to be the same problem haunting us. Action at a distance is weird. It's like magic. It's basically magic.
I guess I'm lost. I don't have any. I've exhausted my explanations.
So again, you're no different than all the intellectuals on this planet. For thousands of years, they still don't know how gravity works. Einstein never figured it out. As much as people say that he did, that's a lie. He never did. He has no idea how it works. So no one knows. As much as they claim that Einstein explained it, that's baloney. He never did. Never did anything resembling an explanation. So what's the answer? Why does the apple fall towards the ground? I mean, so you gave me an explanation before, and your fan theory is pretty good, but it's not gonna completely it's not gonna resemble Newtonian gravity according to, it's called the inverse square law. This is the inverse square law. Inverse just means that it's 1 over the square. This is the inverse square law. That gravity becomes weaker as you move away from Earth, according to the square of the distance.
I don't know. Like, I feel like those two explanations with the magnet and
The
the
magnet,
fan there, those are my best bet. I mean, especially the magnet one. Like,
The
it seems like the Earth has a magnetic force which is forcing the objects to attract
but the
towards it.
magnet cannot be an explanation because I don't understand how a magnet works. So you can't explain one thing I don't understand with another thing I don't understand. That's not an explanation. That's why an explanation must be mechanical, otherwise I don't accept it as a scientific theory. Scientific theory has to be a mechanical contraption. You need to be able to build a mechanical contraption to explain a phenomenon. Otherwise, I don't accept it as a scientific theory, which is I don't accept Einstein as a scientist. And most of today's scientists are not scientists. They don't, especially when it comes to gravity, they don't explain it as a mechanical contraption. Your fan is pretty good, except for the fan is good. You can put a fan next to each and every one of these pebbles. That's good. The problem is that as the pebble starts moving away, the fan has less of an effect. So instead of the acceleration being small, right? If you have a pebble here and you have a fan next to it, the acceleration is going to be strong here and very weak over here. And we want the inverse. We want the inverse square law. When the distance is big, we want it to be close to 0. When the distance tends to infinity, the acceleration should be 0. Or the force. Force and acceleration are the same thing, basically. Force is what you push something, it accelerates, and this is just the pure acceleration. So we want a fan that works a little bit at a distance and a lot at the close proximity. So what would you do?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay. May I suggest you fill this tank with water
How do I
and you
wanna
pump out the water from the center of the earth to outside the container. So this would be a very big container. We're in space, so the pebbles are not going to fall. They're going to float in the water. So you're going to fill it up with water and you're going to start sucking the water. The earth is going to start sucking the water. It's going to cause an inflow, an influx. there's going to be an influx of water, but because, right, at a close proximity, the water is going to flow very fast. There's going to be very fast flow close, but because there's more water at the distance, it's going to flow very little. So here you need a very small flux, meaning a little bit of a flow over a little bit of a distance, but here there's going to be over the same area, there's going to be much more of a flow. Right? You could imagine it to the bathtub that there's the water barely flows in where it's far from, what do you call the valve, the place where all the water comes out of in the bathtub?
The plug.
The
valve,
plug,
whatever.
yeah. So in the bathtub, so if you've noticed, so the water comes out of this place. So if you notice, the flow here is very fast, but the flow here is very, very slow. This is slow and this is fast. Because the flux close to the exit is very fast. Because close to the pump, if you look at a surface around the pump, the same amount of water needs to flow here as flows in here. So this can be a very slow moving fluid, where this is going to be very fast. And we could show mathematically that it's going to be the inverse square law. So you could have a gigantic bathtub, a gigantic tub, a gigantic pool. At the center, you'll put the earth. You're going to pump out water through the earth into a pipe, out. It's going to pump out all the water. It's going to cause a fast flow proximate, close to the earth, and a small flow further away, and a tiny flow far away, and basically zero flow at infinity. Do you understand?
No, I'm lost.
No?
No, I don't understand. Maybe we should clear the screen.
We should do what?
There's a lot of stuff going on. Clear the screen, the whiteboard, so it's like a blank screen, and then start the drawing process again.
Sure, let's do it again. No problem. But this time, maybe you should. I'm going to explain, and you draw.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the setup. I'm going to give you the puzzle, and you have to solve it. So the puzzle is, I'm going to give you a laboratory floating in outer space. There's going to be an Earth, like a basketball at the center. Let me just give it a name. So this is the basketball analogy. All right. So, container, a laboratory in outer space. A basketball representing the Earth is floating at the center of this laboratory.
Wait, where are we? Because you. Oh my god.
Where are
Are
we?
you on a different?
I created.
Okay. Yeah, you're on a different page. Okay.
Yeah, it's called basketball analogy.
Yep, found it.
Good. So you're going to have given. Here's what's given. Given a laboratory floating in outer space. It's just a box, an empty box floating in outer space. In it, I'm going to give you a basketball. Floating at the center of this box is a basketball. And surrounding this basketball is a bunch of tennis balls. At a distance, a little like an arm length away from the basketball is a bunch of tennis balls. Like, let's say 5 tennis balls surrounding this basketball from every which direction, or 10 tennis balls, whatever. Now, I need you to complete this mechanical contraption so that when we turn on your gravity, the tennis balls are going to start accelerating towards the center of the basketball. Meaning, I want you to follow the inverse square law. So at a distance, at far, far, far away, the tennis balls are going to accelerate very slowly. And close to Earth, close to the basketball, I want the tennis balls to accelerate the fastest. And halfway, they're going to accelerate not half, but in accordance to the inverse square law. So it's going to the tennis balls are going to accelerate in accordance to the inverse square law. So this is going to be a good mechanical contraption to simulate or to explain Earth's gravity. So how would you complete this puzzle? How would you complete this lab so that the tennis balls will accelerate towards the Earth? What would you do?
Well, there's nothing drawn on for starters.
What?
Do you want me to start from scratch? Because there's nothing drawn on.
Yes, you start. You draw everything. Because I want you to be involved as much as possible. Good. Yeah, you could assume the piece of paper is the box. It's the lab floating in outer space. Why do you have these lines? What are these lines?
Is that the basketball?
Oh, okay. Okay. Basketball with no lines. But it's fine. It's whatever you want. Okay. Tennis ball is good. Put a few also at a distance. So some of them are proximal, some of them are more distant. I want all of them to simultaneously start accelerating towards the center of the basketball in accordance with the inverse square law. Do you understand the inverse square law?
It's something to do with infinity and zero, but not much out of that.
It's just 1 over the distance squared. The inverse just means 1 over, and square just means to the power of 2. So the inverse square law just means relative to 1 over the distance squared. So as you move away from the basketball, the acceleration of the tennis ball needs to be weaker, needs to be slower by 1 over the distance squared. Okay, don't worry about the inverse square law. Let's just say I need the tennis balls to accelerate towards the Earth less and less as you move away from Earth, from the basketball. At infinity, I want it to be 0. The acceleration of the tennis ball should be 0 towards Earth, and it should be maximum.
Well,
go ahead.
The idea you were presenting was about the bathtub with the water inside, and you had the plug, the valve, and you said when you empty the water, all the water rushes back to the source, which is the valve.
Mm-hmm.
So this basketball in this scenario is like the valve, and then you empty the water. So all of these balls around, the tennis balls, are going to rush back into the basketball.
Wait, so
like water.
So what's okay? So complete the contraption. What would right? So right now there is air. You have a basketball and tennis balls, and the lab is filled with air. What would you change about it?
What would I change?
Yeah, how would you simulate gravity? How would you simulate the acceleration?
Yeah, you use a bathtub, like you use a bathtub.
Okay, so what are you going to fill this container with?
Water.
Good. So that's for step 1. Step 2.
The plug, you have to empty the water, so you're gonna release the plug.
From where? Where would you put the plug?
In the center.
What do you mean, center of what?
The basketball.
Good. Okay. But this is a pool. This is a box. And the basketball is at the center of the box. So how would you get the water, how would you get the water to move out?
How would I get the water to move out of the basketball?
Well, into the basketball and then out of everything. I mean, right? You want to Get rid of the
Oh,
water.
you want to release the plug so then all the water shoots back into the source.
But don't forget, there's no gravity. When you release the plug, the water is not going to go anywhere. There's no gravity here. Like in the bathtub, there's gravity pushing the water, basically pressing the water down. So the water wants to move towards the plug. In a spaceship or in a box in the middle of space, there's no gravity. So there's no reason for the water to move anywhere. So you can open the plug as much as you want. Nothing will happen. The basketball and the tennis balls are suspended in midair because by inertia, they have no reason to go anywhere. So how would you get the water to move anywhere?
I'm not too sure at this juncture then.
Then you put a pump. If you want to pump out the water through the basketball, put a pump and you pump out the water through the basketball. It's fine to put a plug. Everything you said is correct. I agree with everything you said. But in order to get the water to move out, you need to pump them. You need to like physically like suck them out. You can use your mouth, and you can use anything you want to suck the water out. Like a normal pump should do it. A water pump. Do you understand?
Yeah, but how would gravity not also react on this as well, on the pump, in a way that's not going to cause it to move the water?
I don't understand the question. You want
Well,
what are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to accomplish?
you want the water to go back to its source, which is the pump, which is the valve. Sorry.
1 second. Why did Zach leave?
Maybe we weren't at each other's throats. He wants controversy, and why do you want him to come back?
He created Science Forum? Who created Science Forum? Who did that?
Me?
Oh, okay.
Do you like the idea?
I don't know. I think there's enough rooms. I don't see the point. What's a forum? Like, what I need is a place to write notes.
Yeah, you can do it on the forum. So
Oh, that's good.
click the forum, and you can press the plus sign, and then you can talk about whichever science topic you want.
Click.
Yeah, click on the forum. Click on Science Forum, and then there should be a blue.
Oh, a new post.
Yeah, and then you can make a post, and then it's like a separate forum for a different topic about science or whatnot.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Yes, I'm listening. So how are you going to?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no, you go, because I need to hear your question to answer.
Look, you know the question. I have a basketball that simulates the Earth. I have a bunch of tennis ball all over the place simulating asteroids. Wait, somebody wrote something in new YouTube videos. Oh, it's a new person. Read Drum Egg RTX. Okay.
Isn't that just Zach?
Duck.
Duck. Oh,
Zach?
he has the same sort of.
What is he saying? Say ooh woo. What is he? What is?
Life depends on abductive reasoning. Interesting. Very. I like that. Not gonna lie.
Wait, who are you reading from?
This new guy, Red Rum, on his bio, it says life depends on abductive reasoning.
I heard about abductive this week. What is abductive?
Yeah, that's what science uses. It's like the best explanation.
Science uses
for
abductive reasoning?
Yeah, they make an observation,
Okay.
and then they try to form the best explanation to account for this observation they've made.
And that's called abductive?
Yeah.
Why?
What do you, that's just the definition.
Oh,
But you look at something, and then we need an explanation for why this observation was made. So we look at the candidate explanations, and the best one we have wins out, and that's the explanation for the observation.
He says, I
This is what science is.
got it. Okay, I understand. I will prove to anyone who tries to make science difficult that it is easy unless some people are limited in their thinking.
Wow.
Good. He's sciencey. That's good. So we can use his brain power. Let's tell him join us. I need a link to our room.
Oh,
Okay.
I never wanted. He's smiling. Oh, I never wanted.
Yeah, I'm listening. Okay, so here's where again, I want you to build a mechanical contraption where in outer space there's no gravity. It's just a bunch of stuff floating in an international space station like place. So there's a basketball and there's a bunch of tennis ball all over the place. I want you to cause the tennis balls to start moving faster and faster as they get closer to the basketball. They should move faster and faster. How would you do that?
I gave the explanation with the bath, but you said it's problematic because there's no gravity in space.
Right.
And then you use the example with the pump and how that's going to like solve the problem with no gravity in space. But I'm just confused why the pump's going to solve anything if there's no gravity. How did it fix it?
So we're gonna take the basketball and we're gonna put a tube. We're gonna connect a tube from the basketball to the outside of the tank. We're gonna connect a tube from the basketball to outside of this container. And then we're gonna start sucking out the water from the tank through the basketball to outside of the container. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Can you draw what I
Are
just
you,
said?
are you using the pump to suck out the water?
Exactly. Can you draw that?
Okay.
Wait, what are you drawing? No, if you draw from anywhere, that's where everything will move towards. I want things to move towards the earth. You're going
How I don't know how to draw the pump sucking in the
you
water.
don't need to draw the pump.
On-
The pump could be outside of the drawing. You don't need to draw the pump. Just draw a tube connecting the center of the basketball to outside of the tank. And just tell me there's going to be a pump attached and it's going to suck out the water from the container through the basketball.
Okay, here's the pump.
No, you don't need to draw the pump. You just need to draw a tube from the basketball to outside of the container. And just tell me I'm going to start sucking out water at a constant rate through the
This what I just drew works for. So the yellow is the pump and the
No.
red's the
No, you're
is sucking
sucking.
in water.
No, then
I don't know how best to explain it
to-
with
you-
reference to the photo.
but you're going to cause everything, including the basketball, to move towards this hose, towards this pipe. Everything will just, that's not what I wanted. I wanted everything to move towards the earth, towards the basketball. I want you to simulate gravity as if the basketball earth is attracting the tennis balls, which are the asteroids.
I guess you can draw like suction lines from the basketball to show it's sucking in the water.
Why do you need more than one line?
I don't know how best to artistically convey this then.
Just a line.
But
You just need,
I get the spirit of what you're trying to say.
don't need to draw the
just-
pump. Don't draw the pump. Just draw the line from the basketball to outside of the container. Where is the outside of the container? We said the page is the container. So just draw a line from the basketball.
I just did.
Good. And now put an arrow. What is the direction of the motion of the water inside this tube? Which way are is
It's
the water moving?
it's going towards the pump. Okay.
I'm not. Are you thinking?
No, I drew it.
Where? I don't see. I didn't.
You can't see the arrow.
What?
You can't see the arrow.
Why can't I see the arrow? Where did you put the arrow? I don't see an arrow.
It's yellow. The arrow is yellow. It's connected to the purple string.
So you're saying that the water moved into the basketball,
Yeah.
but then the water is going to come out of the basketball. You're pumping water into the basketball from outside of the tank. So you're adding water to the tank through the basketball. You're going to cause the water is going to flow from the basketball towards the pebbles. It's going to push the pebbles away. It's going to push the tennis balls away from the basketball. That's not gravity. Gravity is an attractive force. It's not a repulsive force. Do you understand?
Repulsive mean it's going out. Attractive mean it's coming in. But
Repulsive
the
means
water.
if I'm repulsed by someone, I want to move away.
Yeah. Push them
attractive.
away. Yeah.
So
Repel. Yeah.
So gravitation is an attractive force. It causes things to be attracted, right? The apple is attracted to Earth. Gravitation is an attractive force. The moon is attracted to Earth. That's so you need to, if the water is moving from the outside of the container into the basketball, then it must move from the basketball into the container. So there's going to be water rushing from the basketball to each one of the tennis balls. It's going to push the tennis balls away. So you're simulating the opposite of the force of attraction. You're simulating the force of detraction, of repulsion. There's no.
How would I like revise the drawing then? I don't know how else to represent.
Let me just tell you, what you've just simulated is dark energy. That's exactly dark energy. By the way. Dark energy is that force. That is it. Dark energy? Yeah, it seems like dark energy. It's a repulsive gravitational force in the universe. Further, anyway, let's continue. So I want you to simulate somehow that the tennis ball should rush towards the basketball, and as they are closer to the basketball, they should rush faster towards the basketball. How would you do that? Do you understand the question? Wait, you muted yourself. You're self-muted.
Yeah, oh, it's in the toilet.
What? You're in the toilet?
No, now I'm not.
Okay. So what's the answer? I want you to simulate a repulsive force.
Repulsive
I
from
mean sorry.
repulsive from the basketball.
No, I want you to simulate an attractive force. I want you to simulate the attraction of the tennis balls towards the basketball.
I'm just confused because I feel like the arrow shows that the tennis ball is attracted towards the basketball. That's why it's pointing
Why?
towards the basketball. Well, attraction means towards.
Right. You're trying to cause each one of the tennis balls to accelerate towards the basketball. What's going to cause? Pick any one of the tennis balls. Tell me why it's going to move. Going to accelerate towards the basketball. Pick any one of the tennis balls.
Oh, okay. Let's pick this one. Let's pick this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now explain to me, why would it want to start accelerating towards the basketball? What's causing?
It's been sucked in
Okay, show me.
like water
Show me.
sucks into the valve.
Good. Show me the direction of of the water stream, of the water motion. What is the next to this specific tennis ball? How does the water flow? Show me the
It's
direct.
sucking into the center.
Okay. Why do you have a curved arrow?
No, that's just bad drawing. It's just meant to be towards the center.
Okay, can you fix that so anyone watching doesn't get confused, because this is really confusing. Okay. Good. Can you draw and pick another tennis ball and show me the water motion next to it? Okay. Take create a tennis ball far away from the basketball and show me the size of the arrow of the speed of the water next to it.
Sorry.
So you just created a green tennis ball over here.
Uh-huh.
Now show me the direction of the motion of the water next to it.
No. Everything's tending towards the center of the basketball.
Fantastic. Draw the arrow. Good.
Probably be beacon.
Okay, but that's a big arrow. I want the size of the arrow to tell me the amount of acceleration.
Oh, okay.
So if those arrows of the tennis balls next to the basketball were, basically, that size, good. So this one is a smaller arrow. Very good. Now let's pretend there
And
is.
it's weaker because towards the center, that's where the power is most
Good.
made, and as you get further away, the force is a lot weaker.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, you can look at principles of the bathtub. The further away you are from the suction of the valve, the plug, the water isn't going to move as fast or strong.
Exactly. If you ever been to a swimming pool and there's always water being sucked out in order to filter the water. So if you put your hand on the pump, you could feel a very intense water motion. But everywhere else in the pool, there is basically you don't feel that suction. So very close to the pump is the fastest, but far away, it's weaker and weaker. Yes. Good. So that is Einstein's general relativity according to his mathematical equations. That's what his equations literally describe.
We will have to finish the lesson off tomorrow, though.
That's good, because I need to do work. Fantastic. Thank you so much. You did a very good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And thank you as well.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, man. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay. Very good. We're going to stop here. We're going to stop because I got to do work. I got to do some work. And it's very good. We reviewed basically the way I understand gravity. So let's rename this stream. Basically, a mechanical explanation to gravity using the pool in space space analogy. I wouldn't call it an analogy, but yeah, I guess we can call it an analogy. Pull in outer space analogy. All right. That's the name that we're going to give the stream. I think we're done. All right, everyone. See you later. Bye.